Well, hello there. As you can kind of tell, I've moved location. I'm on a different part of the map, as the kids would say nowadays. I have teleported to a new location. But, besides the point, I already did the brakes on this for episode 2. So you're going to see a skinnier, past version of me doing the brakes, or attempting to. And I'll tell you now, it was difficult for me, because too new. I'm used to old bikes. Anyway, roll the episode. I haven't been on camera for a while. So, episode 2 is going to be brakes, like I just said. I had the Brembo calipers rebuilt, refurbished with brake masters. I think they've done a pretty decent job. I've never had to do it before, but I didn't want to risk messing it up because I don't want to have that same issue from episode 1 where I couldn't actually brake. It was like it was the clutch lever. We don't want that, do we? So here are the calipers now being rebuilt. They've also given me a new bleed nipple, some crush washers on there too, for the low price of 200 squindoolies, which isn't that very low, but it is what is it. And I've also got myself some new Puig levers, so I'm joining the Puig gang with these foldable levers. Lewis, the cameraman, also has a pair on his beautiful XSR 900. Lovely jubblies, he's the one that convinced me. And I've also got a new actuating pin, so it would actually actuate. Does that make sense?
Do that.
Yeah, it does that.
Nice, proper meal.
They allow Lewis to change gear with the clutch and also to brake, so why not? If you come over here, it's better than these ones. Again, there's no brakes at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. But these are horrendous. I'll chuck on some footage and you'll see it. They look... brother. Brother. Let's get rolling with this, shall we? So the plan of action for me is I'm going to put this on the bike and actually put the brake pads in the right way, because as we found out, I did it the wrong way around, even though it's kind of obvious when you want the logo facing out, don't you?
Mine look different, so I suppose it's pretty obvious if you take a second thought.
Yeah. I just kind of looked at it like, how is what is? What is doing?
Brembo outside.
Outside, inside. Inside, outside. So this one's for the ABS, as you might already know. So if there's any issues, our last resort is to actually... I've got the wrong caliper in my hand. Take 2. The actual plan is to... Did I just pick up the same caliper again? I think I did.
You actually?
I might have done. I picked up the same caliper twice. Here we go, take 3. So brake pads are already in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it onto the actual bracket here. This is a monoblock radial Brembo caliper, like M4 or something like that. It doesn't shoot bullets, but I'm sure they're American. That's so bad. I can't say that. I've got 2 bolts there. I'm going to put lithium grease on the bad boys to stop the corrosion of the bolt within the caliper. That's a good way to prevent that from happening. So it's copper grease I'm using, lithium copper grease, whatever you have. Hold out your hand. On here, these are the left ones. I wouldn't put it in your hand because it's covered in brown stuff. So this is what I'm going to be using, copper grease. A little smidge on there. The said smidgage turned into oh shitage, but at least those calipers will definitely be looking pristine the next time I have to whip them off. Fast forwarding a little bit, all you have to do now is whack some of that goo on both bolts, chuck the caliper on and tighten those bolts up, but not to spec just yet, and do it to both. Why not do it to spec? Because what I do is actually spin the wheel, grab the brakes, and while holding said front brake to then torque it to spec. Something about letting the calipers seat properly so you don't encounter binding or like a wonky wear, let's say. But currently, as you've probably noticed, I don't have any brakes, so try do this after bleeding said brakes. She ain't going nowhere.
Who gets shit done?
Your boy Trev, mate. Apple and pears is up the stairs, chin your mum.
She ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere. She's sweet as a nut. Do you know you've had those moments, right, where you've moved the tools that were right there, don't know where you put them? It's probably because you already put them there where you want them. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. So I actually could go back over here. Yeah. I'm telling you. Stella, nice cold part of Stella. Oh, I wouldn't go amiss.
Oh, Trev, calm down. We'll get there.
Oh, will. I know we will. You got Trev on the job. They don't call me Trashy Trev for no reason. Like, why would they call you that? Because I trash your mum. Brake fluid. It's better than Moretti. So what we're going to do now is we're on the point where we can start thinking about bleeding the brakes. What we're going to need is a spanner that will fit on the actual nipple, not this one, the caliper one, a tube to feed the liquid. Also, don't waste your money on one of these. Useless, absolutely useless. Wasting my time. I'm going to ping this across the room in a second.
It's off.
Oh, getting myself rope burn. Come on. All right then, you stay there. Obviously didn't use that one before. The way to do it is you pump up pressure in the brake until it gets a little bit stiff, crack open the nipple, squeezing it at the same time, close it off before releasing the lever again. Yeah? Makes sense? And then we'll do that until it starts getting stiffer and stiffer. We're trying to get all the air out of the system. And obviously when you pour it into the actual cup, it will create bubbles. Oh my God!
Go on.
Right, we're going to fill this up as much as you want, obviously not till it overfills. That'll be a bit stupid. You have to keep watch of that because it goes down fast, like very fast. Yes, so yeah, let's get going to this. Before I forget, always start bleeding from the caliper furthest away from the reservoir because it ensures the system pushes out air and old fluid in the correct order. You've not bled brakes before, have you? Yeah, same. Anyway, here comes the fun part. Squeeze, crack, close, repeat. That's all you'll be doing. The forearm pump you'll get from this will have you fit to compete in an arm wrestling tournament before you know it. But like I said, keep watch of that reservoir because they'll rinse through it quick. Trust the process because even if it looks bleak, like nothing is happening, one crack and you're away. I did that cable tie thingy mobby to try and make it stiffen up a bit because what's meant to possibly do is bring all the bubbles up to the top or some sort of heebie-jeebies like that. I've done that and it is now stiffer, but just for my own peace of mind, I think what I'm going to do is just bleed it one more time from the nipple by the master cylinder. Yeah. Do you reckon that was a good idea? I don't know, we'll find out.
I guess I thought you'd live forever. I always thought we'd be together. A lifetime, a moment boiled down to.
So it's on the paddock as now, front and rear, so it's nice and balanced. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. I pray to God it doesn't fall off. What I've also done yesterday was this actuating pin here, if it would focus. I adjusted that slightly so it would actually go in there more until the point where this is still free enough to move around and spin, but isn't so far into the master cylinder that that wouldn't turn. It's a good way to just adjust that as well so you can have more play with the lever.
There's a weight on my shoulders. I bet till it's over. You're in everything I do.
I think for me it's just nice to have a working brake or somewhat working brake again, especially with those beautiful Puig levers that are now on there compared to what was on there. So here they look quite black. Oh, you can actually see it's kind of green. That's where the anodization has occurred, where it hasn't kind of stayed on there. It's gone all green and weird, as compared to the lovely Puig levers that are now on there, which are also foldable. So this is the replacement part too. God forbid I drop the bike again, you just replace this bit, which is always cool. Or you can try and synchro switch. Feel like you're in a drift car or something.